Hello, and thanks again for choosing ProspectX. Today I want to do a video that's covering the phone system. I already have a video that covers the settings entirely, but I want to just do kind of a bit more in-depth um, video about the phone system itself. So I got here by going to the settings icon on the right-hand side and phone system. We initially see this list of all the phone numbers that we have either purchased or ported to ProspectX. We see on top here, we can also see our call flows. We'll go into a bit more depth in that in just a minute. We can also find some information if one of our numbers has been marked as spam. We could always just follow this link and try to get that number whitelisted. If need be, we already own a number, but it's on an existing platform. We can port the number over by just following these steps. We can come in and edit, delete an existing number, or of course, we could purchase a brand new number. So that's actually where we'll start. We're going to purchase a local number, but we do have the ability to purchase a toll-free number. A quick note, when you do subscribe with the phone system, you get 2 free local numbers. So just keep that in mind, please. We'll now choose our state. You always want to choose a number for the kind of location that you will be doing business in. From a business perspective, it just looks more professional when you're calling from a local number. People feel a little bit more comfortable doing business with you. So for this example, I'm looking for an Arizona number, and we'll see if they have any 520 numbers so we can do business in Tucson. Looks like we do have a list of numbers. Another quick note, if you do find that none of these numbers are really popping out to you, you just not like how they read or something, just perform the purchase new number step again from scratch, and that will actually pull up some new numbers. That's just kind of a quick tip. For this example here, I like 39.50. That's a good one. I'll purchase this for $1.50. It's telling me it's going to deduct from my account. And now I need to name and add a forwarding number. So we'll say this is my Tucson test number. I'll add a forwarding number. We could always add more here. We could add up to 10. So just keep that in mind for your forwarding numbers. And we have these toggles. We can record the call. We can enable voicemail. And if need be, we could automatically generate the seller lead. So when somebody calls this number here, it will automatically generate a seller lead within our CRM. Now, because we have this forwarding number, let's say this is my personal number. When I select caller ID here, I'm basically saying, how do I want this number to appear on my phone? So I could choose caller ID number, meaning whoever is actually calling, I'll see their number. Or I could choose the PhoneX DID number. Now what that means is the caller ID will actually show this number here. People use this caller ID option so they can go into their cell phone, they could save this number as a contact, and they know whenever this number pops up on their phone that this is about business, they will answer it. And that's kind of that advantage of using the phone DID. But if you want to be able to, you could always do the caller ID number. That is an option. When I'm ready, I can update that phone number, and we now own it. We can use it. We can assign it to our users, do whatever we need to. So before we kind of move on with how we use it, I want to show the other way that we could choose a forwarding number. So here you will see I could choose the number that I typed in, or these 3 flows that we have listed here. So let's actually go in and actually design a call flow. Now, what is a call flow? You might ask. This tooltip will help you understand it. Originally, when we just purchased our number, we added a forwarding number, and I told you that we could add up to 10 forwarding numbers to each PhoneX number that we purchase. But let's say we don't want to manually add those forwarding numbers each time we make a purchase of a phone number. Well, the workaround for that is to create a call flow. Let's say, for this example, I want all my transaction managers to have their own call flow. I have 3 transaction managers, so I'll add all 3 of their numbers here. I'll do the same setup that I had earlier, and the phone DID will show for the caller ID. I've created that call flow once. I will never have to create it again, which is great. So let's say for that Tucson number, this is going to be my transaction number 2. So the way that I will add that call flow to this number is to come in here, choose my transaction manager's call flow, and I've now successfully updated. That way, instead of having to manually enter all my forwarding numbers each time I buy a number, I just create the call flow once and I can assign it to any of the numbers that I have created. So just kind of keep that in mind. You create it once, you forget about it, you assign it, and you just never have to worry about it. The last thing I want to kind of show you guys is how to assign these new numbers to a user and how a user will then use this number on the system. So let's jump right in, guys. Let's say we have a user. I created this user in a separate video. You'll notice my Tucson test number is actually already added, and I'll tell you why. Because when I click assign all, whenever I purchase a new number, it'll automatically assign to any user that has this assign all feature enabled. But I could always just come in here and assign it one by one. So there's that Tucson test number. I want him to have this number assigned to him. That way, when that user comes in, let me log into my sub-user here. His name is tested. Yeah, so now when I log into my user here, I come into my CRM. Now when I'm going to go make a phone call or send an SMS, I only have one number assigned to this user, so he will only see that one number. If I did the assign all feature and updated it, if I come in, I now have all the numbers that I could send off from now. So that's how the user can be assigned a number, can actually use the number after he has been assigned, and generate those calls and be in contact with those leads. So thank you guys. That is the PhoneX system. I really hope you found this informative. We really appreciate your business, and we'll see you soon.